afternoon, Judicial Conduct.
Hi, this is Philip Bickel. I had sent a certified mail package to you with a complaint, and my tracking indicates that it was received. Now, I know you guys are busy, and you may not have already had a chance to go through what was in there, but I do have a set of ongoing cases with one particular judge who, I would appreciate it if there's any way you guys can get around to viewing this stuff as soon as possible, because I'm not a novice with law. I don't have a degree in law, but I have relatives in law. I used to be a brain imaging researcher. I have the competency to read law and understand it, and I've won cases as a defendant before where they were unlawfully brought. And in this case, that's what's going on. I've actually taken certified copies of the law from the Supreme Court Law Library and entered them into evidence, and the judge completely ignored the law and made decisions where he has no discretion, and I've laid that out in the motion to recuse that was included so that you guys could see all of that. And so my main concern here is I have chronic health issues, and that's one of the only reasons I read law. I'm stuck in bed a lot of the time, so it became a hobby to read that along with other scientific related things. And so when I put the time into collating the law and resources and entering this stuff onto the record so that it's clear I know what they're supposed to be doing too, and they completely ignore it, I've just put a lot of my own personal time into this, and it's fatiguing, it's taxing, and then it's also, as I say in the letter, it has a chilling effect on the public's perception of whether or not justice is actually being carried out, especially if somebody such as myself has put this sort of time into things and actually entered, taken the procedures that they're supposed to be following and had the certified copies of those from state law clerks submitted into the record so that I'm making it clear I know what they're supposed to be doing. And they just ignore it. In fact, the judge worked with the prosecutor, and the prosecutor, two of the prosecutors have committed crimes in front of him, and I didn't call them out initially on it because I was exhausted, and I would rather have that on paper, the issues that they did, which I'm working on right now to file issues against the prosecutors for professional misconduct. But I wanted to touch base with you all since I saw that the things have arrived, and just convey my urgency here, because again, everything that I wind up filing that's completely ignored because of bias is a waste of my time, and it expends my energy as somebody that's chronically ill, and it's all going up on YouTube. I have official copies of the videos that they make in those courtrooms. It's all going to go up on YouTube. I already have over 70,000 hits on my channel from years ago from a previous case, and I get many viewers every single day. And your office may start to hear from other people who have read what I filed, have looked at it, and have looked at how the judges carried himself and how the prosecutors have carried themselves. So they're not operating in a vacuum, and I just wanted to at least touch base with you all because, again, it's taxing as somebody that's physically ill to do the right thing and have somebody that's prejudiced against you just sit there and completely ignore the actual written law by the legislature and the higher courts. So then, out of curiosity, what amount of time does it typically take for you all to investigate these sorts of complaints?
I have processed your submission, and it is going to the board. I'm staff, so it's not like I make the decisions.
Oh no, I understand that.
As far as time-wise, that I really can't say. But I'm glad I have you on the phone, because when I was going through your attachments, in your letter it says the mandatory judicial notices 1 through 6.
Yes.
I do have everything except for, I don't know if it's just stuck, but when I was going through it, I thought I was missing one of them.
I believe they...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 4 and 5 were stuck together.
Yeah, the staples, they're a little sharp, and they kind of get intertwined.
Yeah, that's what happened. So, no, I'm sorry.
I was trying to make sure I had everything, believe me, because I was running on empty when I was trying to get this knocked out, and so you've got all of it. And see, those judicial notices are the certified, they're copies of the original, and the originals you can see where the state law clerk signed them, and that makes it a self-authenticating piece of evidence where nobody can even question whether or not that's legitimate. It's real, that clerk certified it, and that's part of the rules of evidence. But as far as turnaround, they don't have any sort of window that you might be able to comment on?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
And it's my understanding that this is staffed by 3 civilians and 2 lawyers?
There are actually 3 lawyers.
3 lawyers, and there are civilians involved, or no? What's the civilian count? Because that's a concern for me, because the issues that I raise are 4? Excellent. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, because I was concerned there, because the problem right now is that the prosecutor's a bar association member, the judge is also a member, and then any lawyers that will be reviewing this are also members. And the issues that I raise are actually systemic across the nation. I had the same sort of thing come up in California, and the case was finally dropped there. The judge made up whatever reason she needed to and dropped it. But it's systemic, and it actually made the LA Times back in the early 90s, and it's been swept under the rug because there's hundreds of millions of dollars involved in unlawfully acquired money by this abusive process that's going on between the judges and prosecution, and I am not dropping the issue, so here I am. But I'll wait to hear back from you guys. I presume you guys do make a contact later with complainants, or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I've said all I need to say. Is there anything else I should maybe be made aware of for this process?
No, not at this moment. Your current address is what's listed, the P.O. Box 792.
That is correct.
Okay.
And I will have one other complaint against the initial judge in the case, who should have dismissed it right away, who acknowledged that he didn't even have a complaint before him to charge me with, but he wouldn't let the case go. So I will be sending that over to you guys as soon as I'm able to. But thank you for your time.
So,
oh, I'm sorry.
Point of clarification. The other one you're going to send is, this is against Judge Udovic? So the the other one you're going to send is on a separate judge?
It is, because that other judge, Judge Freitas, he was the very first judge I came before, and I actually have him on the official transcript openly acknowledging he did not have a complaint before him, and they're required to have that before they can ask for a plea. So I'm going to put that together. Again, I have chronic health issues. I run out of steam easily, and I can see them taking advantage of this, but that'll be sent your way as soon as I can get it out, and I appreciate your time for listening to me and communicating with me.
Okay. All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.